know, with Dirini, we're like this upcoming DJ who had capacity.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be dead first set.
We did the first set and it was packed.
One, I see you guys at like runway shows. It isn't going to be a bunch of 25-year-olds, but it's doing coke in the Ivy Bar.
Supporting big international artists
and stuff.
You even get like Drongos come on the stage and like Steve was like,
you had people jump on stage.
Yeah.
On a journey.
On a journey.
Wow.
That's how
we know, like we want to hit the charts and stuff. Like we got big goals.
So at least I could tell that was Jake. Cool.
Okay.
And they're like cool TikTok songs, and we chucked them in.
Sorry, man, I'm hijacking your show.
Welcome to the Dirini podcast.
See, guys, I resign. We're done here.
He's got his caretaker with him. It's all good.
I'd like to announce today that I'm actually running for your next Prime Minister.
So yeah, pretty much just met through friends of friends, basically.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. And I mean, it's really interesting you say that because I wouldn't expect someone to go from being a very, I would assume, sports-orientated person to diving into music. Like, how'd you guys end up there? I mean, for the people who don't know, I should probably preface this a bit. You guys are very casually taking over the music scene. Like, your brand, Dirini, is popping up just in this event here, in this event there. Like, it's amazing to see. So how did you guys start that endeavor, I guess?
Man, it's just taking it step by step. Like, I've always had an interest in music, even when I was playing soccer. I've actually always wanted to be a DJ.
Oh, really?
Always wanted to be a DJ.
Yeah.
So at the end of 2019, Adam started to do a bit of DJing by himself.
Yeah, I was by alone. I think I did it for about like 3 years.
What were you just doing, like house events and stuff?
Just house events. Wasn't anything serious. Wasn't actually like marketing, nothing like that.
Just someone's Halloween party.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, my cousin, okay.
Yeah.
Go do his event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he actually started off solo.
Yeah.
And I was...
and this bloke came along. So.
Yeah, and I was like, I always wanted to be a DJ. I was like, I hit him up one day. I'm like, bro, how about we do it together? Like, in a DJ tour. I knew nothing about DJing at the time. All I knew is that I wanted to be a DJ.
Right.
But I had no idea how to use the decks, no idea how to use the equipment.
Were you like watching YouTube videos and stuff? Or
Yeah, lots of tutorials.
Yeah,
and things like
they
that.
don't help.
Really?
You gotta see it and do it. Because you can just still watch a video and go, okay, yeah. But if someone teaches you and shows you, they pick it up quicker.
I think YouTube videos, like those tutorials in particular, notorious. They just seem to break everything down in like 6 minutes, and they make you feel like you're confident, like you know what you're doing, and then you get there and you're like, hang on, wait.
Make you feel dumb. You get there and go, wait, he did it like that. That's so easy.
Yeah, and especially in the space that you guys are in, like music is not something you can kind of just pick up like that.
It's a tough gig, man. I learned a lot of my mixing skills off Adam when I first started.
Okay, cool.
Adam's really good with the decks and all the buttons and stuff. So I learned a lot of what I know of him, and then obviously just trial and error.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if you've got this new guy come into something that you've established, right? What's going through your head at that point in time? Because for someone who's got like, with all due respect, someone who's got no experience in the DJ booth or anything like that, like how...
Well, I was like that as well. So I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to be hard on him because if he makes a mistake, he can easily fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So I pretty much just showed him everything I knew,
right?
How to use everything, he picked it up.
And where did you find your groundwork?
About 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
I was by myself and...
you just picked up a deck one day and you're like...
Yeah, just picked up a deck from, a DJ store, plugged in the computer, chucked a few tracks in and just messed around.
And what's that learning curve like? Because like you said, you can't really...
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't take weeks. It takes like months to get like your head around like all the beats and,
Sorry, man, I've just got to put my gum out.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Can you get us a napkin, Sian?
Because I'm sitting here chewing. I'm like, is this mic picking up my chewing?
You know what? Your brother did the same thing. They're the same people there. So I'm telling you. I'm looking at them. It's the mannerisms are the same. It's chewing gum. I'm like, fuck. I was editing the Just Illogical video.
Yeah.
And the whole time in my ear, I'm hearing...
Oh, no.
I'm like, Vinny, you fuck.
Lucky I picked it up early.
Vinny, I swear to God, next time you guys come on, do not bring gum.
That's what you should put on the table. Let's just put a sticker and say no gum.
Thank you, mate. I'm sorry. Cool, that's better.
You feel better?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. No, we're fine. We'll just keep it.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Keep it
Yeah,
natural.
100%.
You can add that in.
You know what? It's the shoot the shit mentality.
Yeah, that's it.
I try not to edit too much. Like I might throw a bit of color on there and make a couple
100%.
cuts, but
Yeah.
I think it feels more organic and more real if it's just
100%. Better that way, man.
100%.
Better that way.
Okay, so where were we? We were talking about you. Okay, so you pick up your decks
Yeah.
and you just plug it into a computer.
Plug it in.
But I
download
mean,
everything.
I'm looking at these decks, man, and they're like,
Oh yeah, you'll have if like just
They
a
look
guy
like
off the
spaceship.
street came and had a look at it, they wouldn't know what they're doing.
no way.
even the club decks now. The club decks now are more complicated than anything.
Yeah.
But if you get like your rhythm, you know what to do. You'll pick it up.
But like, okay, so is there a big difference between, you know, your standard deck that you just work on at home and a club deck? Like,
Big
is there
time.
something more that you can do with the club
There's
deck?
a big transition going from like home controllers to club decks. Massive transition.
Right.
The club decks are much more complicated, much more features, much more buttons. It's, Yeah,
You click one wrong button and then the whole.
It was
audio
very
is out.
complicated. I remember our first club show at the club Sydney.
Yeah.
It was
Shout
our
out the
first-
Club Sydney.
Shout out the club Sydney.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
no
actually
longer there.
they're not around anymore. actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're in the Cross, so a lot of the clubs closed in the Cross.
Did they change their name?
Yeah.
They changed it to 33rd Sydney.
Really? You know,
Yeah.
I've been off the clubbing scene for so long now. I feel like I
Yeah.
won't know anywhere to go anymore.
Bro, in our first club show, we walked in and we got there early. We had to make sure we knew all the opening set.
Yeah.
Plug in the USBs in with the music, and we're like, all right, what the fuck does this do? What the fuck does that
We didn't know what we're doing, and we're acting like, yeah, we've done this.
Yeah, of course. You have to kind of beat your chest a little bit.
And then we didn't get the audio working. And we're like, oh, there's something wrong with the audio. We got someone to come and check it.
Yeah.
And then we watched him what he did, and we're like, all right, remember that. Because we're gonna need that.
You're recording it, making it on YouTube here.
Yeah, so that was a big step for us, learning how to use the club decks.
Yeah, of course. So how
Yeah.
did you guys make that transition then from... Because from what I've seen on Instagram and stuff is you guys pretty much just started out together doing like Halloween parties and birthday parties and like
Yeah.
small house events, right?
Yeah.
Small house events, get
Yeah.
your name out there, get the
Yeah,
people at those
exactly.
events to like repost you, put you up on their story, tag us.
Yeah.
And that's how you get like exposure.
And so how did you go from that to a club coming to you guys and saying,
This bloke.
really?
This bloke has the brains.
This is a good
of the-
story.
of
Right.
the other side.
Gotcha.
So we started off doing, the house parties and, just like the small little events. And we knew we always wanted to break into the club scene.
Mm-hmm.
So our genre is like EDM, trance, like the electronic kind of genre.
Yeah.
And
I was listening to you guys on the way here, actually.
really,
Yeah, like you can ask my brother. We were blasting it. We were just down
Yeah.
Cowpass Road.
oh, that's mad.
Loved it.
That's
Loved
mad.
it.
That's hectic.
That's mad. So we, it was so hard to break into the club scene in our genre that we wanted to do.
Yeah.
So we had to start off doing R&B and hip hop.
That's why we went hence the Club Sydney.
Gotcha.
Because that
Club
was the
Sydney's
easiest thing to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Club Sydney is like hip hop R&B club.
Yeah.
So that was
No
like a way
idea.
to get our it was a way to like get our foot in the door.
Do you guys listen to R&B and stuff? Or?
Yeah, you
of
listen
course
to it
we
when
do.
you like driving and stuff, but
Yeah.
to mix it, I'll never mix R&B.
No?
No.
Nah. it's-
We did when we first started because we had to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we said to each other, as soon as we've done this, no more.
Right. So
Yeah.
you always had in mind that like EDM and trance and stuff like that.
EDM's our genre, man.
Yeah.
EDM's our genre, but we needed a foot in the door.
Of course.
We couldn't, especially a lot of the higher end clubs of like EDM, and it's hard to crack the scene without any, I would call it with background.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
when you approach these clubs, they want to see, all right, where have you played? What have you done?
Yeah.
It's called a DJ resume.
A DJ resume. We
Yeah,
had no
almost
resume.
like a highlight reel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had no resume at the time, just house parties and stuff. But to play at the higher end clubs, they want to see, you've played at clubs already, you have the experience and things like that.
So you're actually reaching out to these clubs and saying like, hey, we're this up and coming
Yeah,
DJ.
man. Like, we're at the Club Sydney. We're just there, like, having drinks and stuff. And we're like, let's go talk to the club owner.
This was before our set.
This
Yeah.
is before
We were just there for like a party.
we're just there for like a party. This is before we're in the
Yeah,
the
just
clubbing
fucking
scene.
around with the boys.
Yeah,
whatever.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And we're like, Dimitri was the club owner at the time. We went to talk to him. We said, hey man, we're Dirini. We're like this up and coming DJ duo. Would you be able to give us a shot? Like, give us a set. And he, I think he gave us his number. He said, like, give me a call during the week and we'll sort something out.
Mad.
And that was it.
And then it went from there.
Went from there. That
That's
was
really
the
interesting
start.
because your brother's very like that as well. He's very audacious. He'll kind of just go and ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if he gets that from you.
I think we both get it from our father, to be
Yeah,
honest.
right.
Right.
Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad.
Dad
Yeah.
kind of instilled that in you.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like, he's like, if you want something, go out and get it. Don't
Yeah.
wait around for it. Make the move, knock on doors.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, because like you knock on 10 doors, eventually one of them's going to open,
100%.
right?
Be annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you have to be annoying.
Be annoying.
Professionally.
Be like that. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Be like that. Like, just be like, so they're like, fuck, he's still in my head.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Okay, so you go set up, you have your first spot at the club. How'd you guys go?
We killed it.
Yeah?
It was the Halloween party, actually.
it was a Halloween party. It was 31st of October.
Yeah. The club
And
was absolutely...
we
it was
thought-
at capacity.
Yeah, we thought it
Yeah.
was going to be dead first set. You know,
Yeah.
usually it is. No one's there for you, but it was
Yeah.
packed. People dressing up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And you guys like kicked it off at a good point because like everyone, Halloween in Australia isn't like a big thing.
no.
Yeah.
It's not
Definitely
like the
not.
States where everyone's doing parties.
Yeah.
But there's always that feeling of like, oh, it's Halloween, like let's see what clubs are open.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
Exactly.
the timing was just like spot on for you.
Yeah,
guys.
man. We were doing the opening set, 10 o'clock set. We're like, oh, it's probably going to be quiet. It's the opening set.
Yeah.
You know how it is when you first rock up to the club and it's kind of like dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
that guy that doesn't rock up till like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what I
swear
mean.
to God.
The club not open yet.
So we did the first set and
Yeah.
it was packed. It was such an experience, man. Such a cool experience.
That endorphin rush would have just been crazy.
It's when you're up there on the stage, you know, performing in front of a crowd live. It's a great feeling, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys have transitioned. Like, it's not like you're just doing clubs now. Like, I've seen you guys at Formula One. I've seen you guys at, like, model runway shows. Like,
Yeah.
You've really progressed very quickly.
Yeah.
That's where we want to get.
Yeah.
Get your name everywhere.
What's, where, do you have, like, a dream set or a dream stage or a dream festival or something that you guys want to...
Ooh, definitely. We've got big goals, man. For
yeah.
the future. This lockdown is keeping us down at the moment.
Can't do
Yeah.
much.
Proper keeping us down.
It's
man.
tough, huh?
Yeah,
can't do much.
it seems like every time we get a bit of traction, the lockdown hits.
Right.
But we've got big goals. We want to play overseas and, you know, play at Ultra Music Festival.
Yeah,
Tomorrowland.
Ultra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be like the ultimate goal.
EDC, stuff
EDC,
like that.
Yeah.
Las Vegas,
All
yeah.
the electronic.
Yeah, EDC goes nuts.
Yeah.
I was
EDC
watching
Miami.
videos. For
Yeah.
those people who don't know, hang on, I want to pull up a photo because EDC is just... I didn't realize festivals got this big.
Yeah.
They get huge.
It is huge. Like, look at that.
I know. It's
Nuts.
It's nuts.
And they're all there watching you, you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
Imagine everyone. So,
And, you know, if you just take away the sheer volume of people, like that's easily 30, 40, 50,000 people right there.
Yeah.
Just the stage design and the attention to detail and the lighting, like...
It's nuts, man. That'd be the ultimate goal for us.
Yeah.
To be on a stage like that.
Yeah.
performing.
I mean, I could see it. I'm like, genuinely, I've been listening to your stuff and like, it's like, yeah, I could see you guys performing at a festival. For
Yeah,
sure. I'd pay
thanks,
money
man.
to go.
yeah, wouldn't want to make a mistake, that's for sure.
How does, I'm curious to know, like, how does set design and stuff like that come into it? Because obviously you guys aren't doing stages like this yet.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine like David Guetta or Calvin Harris or, you know, during his time Avicii, like really specializing in that kind of stuff. So how does that work?
Set design in terms of like planning for the set beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. Like the lighting, like look, that's a piece of art right there. You've got two people standing on top of each other, like next to each other as statues, and there's just, it's almost like a psychedelic trip in itself.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how they design these stages and things, but I'm pretty sure the DJ just rocks up and just plays, man.
DJ
Right.
usually just rocks up and plays, and then everything else is like all the lights can get connected to this one board.
Gotcha.
And then it goes off like an auto, like to like sync everything.
But honestly, we don't even take notice of that shit. We just rock up and play.
Yeah, you rock up the fun of it.
Rock up, oh, there's a light flickering, sick. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. We just rock up, fucking plug the USB and do our fucking thing.
yeah.
That's it.
And what's your preparation process look like?
You want to...
preparation process depends what it is. Depends what club it is.
Okay.
So usually like 2 weeks out, we start putting something together, put something in order.
Yeah, we got a rough idea.
You get a rough idea what
Especially
you're doing.
when we first started, we would have like, you know, we'd put together like a rough idea of what we're going to play, the transitions and, you know, a track list kind of
So
thing.
you've almost got like a list of songs that you
Yeah.
want to
The list of
incorporate.
songs are ready to go.
Yeah.
And you just practice.
But a lot of it as well, especially now, since we're more experienced and stuff, a lot of it's off the hip.
Yeah, off the hip.
Really?
We
Rock
just go
up,
off the hip.
put it, look at the crowd, what are they doing?
Yeah.
And go off the crowd.
Wow. That's hard.
Yeah. I know it sounds hard and it did sound daunting for us when we first started,
But
but
like, we looked at it and like, you really want to play off the hip? And we're just like, yeah, fuck it, let's go.
especially our most recent gigs, man, it's just been like, we look at each other, let's play this track will go off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 'cause the crowd's like full vibing and it's like, alright.
Yeah.
And is that like, I'd imagine it's a very different kind of feeling. So when you're live in the moment, kind of reading the crowd, right? Because that's a big part of what DJs do. It's like, how are they responding to this style of music? How are they responding to this style of music?
Yeah.
You know, to DJ for Formula One would be very different to DJ for Marco Polo.
Yeah, it'd be very chill vibes. Formula One, very summery vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Marco Polo kind of same level.
Mm.
You know, you're not going to have people jumping to electronic music at Formula One and stuff like that.
It's more like a classy setting, like at Formula One. Because it's like, you know, it's in like, what are they called? What we're going to go to?
Paddocks.
Yeah, like more paddocks, more corporate. That's the word I'm looking for. It's more corporate there.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's so much money in Formula One, like the nature of the people at the tracks. Like I was talking to Joe and he was saying they like spend millions of dollars on
millions
these
and
cars.
billions. Yeah.
It's
like, crazy.
So, of course, like that crowd there in itself isn't going to be a bunch of 20 to 25-year-olds that are just, you know, doing coke in the IV bathrooms. Like, it's going to be very different.
Exactly. It's a very different crowd.
It's very different.
Have you guys had any like rock star moments? So you've gone like, oh shit.
Not really.
I would have to say, when we played at Marco Polo, when we supported David Penn.
Yeah, that was
a fucking mad set.
That was a good night.
We played a fucking mad set, bro.
That was a good night.
Everyone was talking about us, like, when, you know, after we finished playing, like, all those guys were good. Like, it was a real surreal moment, man. Like, it was, such a thrill. Such a thrill. We were playing to a packed out Ivy.
Feel bad for the guy that was on after us, but
yeah.
But yeah, that was a good one.
That's good, but like, because David Penn is a respectable DJ. He's got international status, I believe, right?
Yeah.
International,
And that's a respectable thing to do.
Big time.
You know, like it would have been very easy for him to just get some, you know, essentially people with no experience, you know, just completely mess up the whole thing. And then it looks like he comes in to save the day.
Yeah. Well, he was actually booked out by Swerve Productions to play at Ivy.
Right.
And we were booked out by Swerve as well. So it wasn't his event, but he was hired as the headline and then we were a supporting act.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he played what? 2 acts or 1 act before us.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think he played at 5.
Yeah, like 5.
And we jumped on at 8. Was that 8?
7.
No, I think it was 8.
8. It was 8.
I think it was 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's mad. And I mean, just that exposure. Like just that,
yeah, big time.
You know, like I imagine, especially you with your business acumen, like you would naturally just see that as a very good opportunity to make a network.
Big time, man.
Yeah.
Big time. Especially when you're supporting big international artists. Gets you
recognized.
Gets you exposure.
Of course.
Big exposure.
Of course.
Yeah.
And like we're not just talking exposure like in terms of like an Instagram shout out or something like that. Like this is so much more than that, because then David Penn goes and says, oh hey, I played with these guys.
Yeah, exactly right.
You know, a couple months ago and they did really well, you know, and who knows where that opportunity leads.
Yeah,
exactly.
Who knows who he talks to, you know what I mean?
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Before you know it, you guys are doing EDC.
That's it. We've also supported you know, Weiss. He's got the song Feel Money.
Yeah.
That's him. Yeah.
Okay, bingo.
It's the same thing, Marco Polo
as well, we supported him.
Is that kind of become your hub now, Marco Polo? Like,
when it comes to summary stuff, we'll take a gig.
In summer, usually our home's at Marco Polo. We're looking at getting some more gigs when Sydney opens up and Marco Polo's open back up. We've had some exciting gigs planned, which lockdown kind of fucked up. We're going to be headlining our Home Bar, which is a big club in Darling Harbour.
Yeah. I've been to Home Bar before.
Yeah, so we're booked out to headline Home Bar, and then unfortunately the lockdown came in and we couldn't do it. But
that must have been so frustrating.
Oh, it's terrible. Very frustrating.
Yeah, but we're speaking to the guy that runs the DJs. He's like, once it's all over, don't worry, you have your spot. Like, he'll still put you on.
Yeah. So we're just
waiting.
Yeah, of course. But there's still something about momentum.
Yeah,
you know,
we'll still hassle him. Yeah, we'll still annoy him.
It's all about momentum, man. It's kind of been like that. Like we've, it's happened twice now. Like where we've started to gain traction, we're getting some mad gigs booked in, and then bang, lockdown. Gladys says, "Nah, fuck you, we're cleaning." Gladys picks.
It's like these boys are going somewhere. Not having it.
She's not a fan of festivals in general.
She's not a fan of nothing. Man.
Oh my god, she's got no idea, man. No idea.
I remember a couple years back. I'm not very well versed in this space, but I remember a couple years back there was a big push to have drugs tested at festivals, right? Because the two things kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
No one wants to admit it, but like it's very
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Someone's just gonna be smuggling in 20 caps. God knows in which hole, and people are just gonna be buying it there.
That's right.
And so I remember for a while, like there was this big push, like, hey, let us do drug testing there. And I mean, I think you see those kinds of things in European countries. They're very open to that kind of thing. It's like, okay, well, these people are going to be bringing in drugs one way or another.
Yeah.
Why don't we just test for it so that everyone's actually safe?
Yeah.
I
don't know how I feel about it, to be honest, man.
Really?
I don't know. Like, I think it's a good thing. Like, they know there's going to be drugs there, so might as well test them and make sure they're safe. But a lot of people, are they really going to take their drugs there to get tested? Of course not. They're not even going to go.
I guess, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. That's what I reckon anyway. That's my opinion.
Right.
Like if, let's just say, for example, someone's going to a festival and they've got 50 caps on them, they're not going to go to the drug testing station and say, can you make sure my caps
Yeah, but like, what if it's random? They just get a dog out, sniffs you. Then you're fucked.
I don't think
Dog's going to be like,
okay,
mate.
but hang on. You're smart business-wise, right? If you can say that, hey, these have been certified by the testers, you're 100%.
Who's the tester though?
Oh, like
the boys. Yeah, it's good, mate.
I got my certification certificate right here. 90%.
Hey, look, they never search the DJ, so like, if you want smuggling, just...
That's it.
Yeah, you guys would see some scenes at those kinds of things.
Oh, it's crazy, yeah.
You just see, because you're standing like a bit higher than everyone else, you just look at people and you're like, he's off his face.
Yeah. Jaws just swing.
Eyes are in the air, man.
Yeah.
There's always that Asian guy with like the lights all around his eyes and stuff.
And you even get like drongos come on the stage and like Steve I's like, oh, that's fucking mad. And the seckies have to get him off. Like, get this guy off, man.
Wait, you've had people jump on stage?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. People jump on all the time, man.
And then they're just like, we're with him. And like, fuck off. No, you're not. Wouldn't hang out with you.
They jump on stage and they just like start partying on the stage, and then the secchi comes like, these boys, right? I don't know, man.
Yeah. Okay, so stepping back a little bit from that, when you guys because you guys don't just do live events and stuff like that, you guys put a lot of your work out on SoundCloud as well.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, and I'm curious to know, like, is the creative process behind that a bit different, or is it just sets that you've taken that you've done and putting them on SoundCloud?
No, they're a bit much different. Yeah, much different. Those mixes that we put on SoundCloud are a lot of work go into them. They're planned, proper track lists.
If you guys are curious, I'm going to drop a link in the description to your SoundCloud because man. There's some good stuff on there.
Thanks, man.
It's getting there. It's popping off.
Yeah.
Few couple of thousand plays.
Well, that Apollo 11 one did numbers.
Look, man, Apollo 11 is one of the mixes that elevated us to the next level.
That little series that we got going on is...
Yeah. The Apollo series is that's really elevated us to another level, man.
Yeah.
Really
and it's the perfect name for it, Apollo 11. Like, bang, straight up.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We just thought it'd be a cool name, and we thought to could do like a space theme, like the countdown at the start, that kind of stuff. So
we were bored one night, watched Apollo 13, the movie, good movie, and countdown scene was like 10, 9. We're like, fuck, maybe we should use that. Ever since then.
And it's such a G-up.
Yeah.
It's such a G-up. You're like, oh my God, what's going to happen?
Yeah. So ever since then, we're like, all right, we'll keep it a series.
That's what I mean. Our Apollo series made waves, man. Especially the Apollo 11, that made some waves.
Yeah.
Got a lot of exposure on social media and things like that. So
Yeah. So what's the creative process behind something like Apollo 11?
How do we put it together?
Yeah.
So we usually put together a full track list. We will put together like all the transitions, and then we'll mix it. So we'll basically get our controller or decks, we'll record it, and then upload it.
Yeah, it's about like 50 something tracks. Depends
That
to get
must
that.
be very time consuming.
It is, because when you're recording it, if you make a mistake, back to the start. So
that's right.
We kind of record it like I think of like you're on a stage.
Okay.
So people are watching you, don't mess up.
Yeah.
Just do it like that.
Yeah, our mixes that we put on SoundCloud have to be perfect, man. Like we won't release them unless they're Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that you guys really do provide is that it's a high replay value on the stuff you put out. Like whenever I'm at work or whenever I'm in charge of the aux chord or anything like that. Like, I don't really want to be going through
picking a song every time.
Yeah, and it's like, fuck, what's that song called? Oh, I don't know. Like, just throw this on. You kind of have like the same 10 songs you just always put on.
Yeah.
And then you guys just take that kind of process and make it so much better.
Literally. That's what we try to do. We try to put every song that everyone would listen to in one mix, like every popular song.
Yeah.
So then everyone's like, okay, what's the next song? Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And they don't need to change it.
And you're not expecting it.
No,
that's
definitely.
The thing.
Some of our shit, we just throw it in there.
It's also like a way for us to showcase our craft because DJing it's an art, man. So our kind of style that we want to put out there, it's a craft and it's a way to show other people what we're about.
Yeah, we kind of do like this genre swap. We love doing genre swap.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
So
like you get a top 20 song and then in the middle of it you just get like YMCA and it's like, wow.
Yeah, we're kind of known for
having a laugh with everyone.
Like genre switching in our mixes. We don't just make a mix or one genre. Like we'll go from like a heavy trance drop to like a big room drop to like a slow, a slow melody, and then we'll bring it back up again. Like we make our mixes like a roller coaster.
It's unpredictable.
Yeah, that's right.
And so it's almost like you're on the edge of your seat the entire way. It's
actually, we want to take our listeners on an emotional roller coaster, on a journey.
Wow,
that's how we think of it. Take them on a journey.
Profound, sir.
Yeah, that's how we think of it. When we're actually making the mixes, that's how we think of it. We want to take our listeners on a journey.
Because some people listen to mixes and are like, all right, the same beat through and through. All right, not listening. They're doing something else.
Yeah, we
want someone to pay attention.
Yeah,
and that's what they do. They pay attention.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like I was driving yesterday, today rather. And it was like, oh, my back was up straight. And I was like, wow, this is good. No, like genuinely, I'm not just saying that to flatter you guys. Like I was genuinely like amped up. Like there's this endorphin rush of blood just throwing through me. And it's
you get G'd up. It's like a Monday morning. You're like, fuck, it's Friday yet?
Yeah, 100%. And
that's what you want.
Music is this weird thing. Like I think people really underestimate the power of it. Like the thing I almost compare it to is you guys are essentially drug dealers. You guys are selling an emotional experience.
Pretty
like
much.
In a weird, like you guys aren't actually drug dealers. It's cheaper than drugs, are you? No.
It's just link in the description.
But honestly, there is this like chemical reaction that happens in your body when you hear this song, especially if you haven't heard it for a long time.
Yeah, like an oldie.
Yeah.
And then bring it in.
We put a lot of old school shit in our stuff, man.
Change it up.
Shit.
There's like this nostalgia hit and it's just like bam. And that's when people are so religious about their favorite artists. That's why you can have something like EDC where 50,000 people are just in the stage going crazy. Exactly. Because it's like there's nothing like a song that really just hits you to your core.
Yeah. And I don't know if you realize, like, every artist has their own sound.
Yes.
It's a big one.
Everyone's got their own way they want to take it. And
yeah, everyone's got their own sound.
So are you guys looking to actually produce as well, like have original pieces come out?
We're moving into the producing space as we speak.
Really? As of a couple months ago.
We've got
that's exciting.
We've got some big things planned in the next couple months. And we're hoping to have a debut single out this year.
Really?
Hopefully by the end of the year.
Yeah.
If it's got to make it perfect.
I'm so excited for
Got to make it perfect. We won't do anything unless it's not right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like you can go pretty far in the Sydney music scene, like just mixing alone. But to get to the next level, to be able to go overseas and play at festivals, that's when you have to start producing your own music.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Because, I think in terms of like a club scene, it's not to say that it's easy, but you can make a name for yourself. Like I just do Ivy and this and that and clubs here and there. But then to take it to the next level and go, okay, no, this is my work. This is my music.
100%. Yeah.
There's levels to
like
this
that bloke's listening to our song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
I remember I was watching a few YouTube clips of Avicii and his process. And
he's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Like
he's a musical genius.
Yeah.
Musical genius.
Someone you guys look up to, I assume.
100%.
One of them.
Yeah.
One of the artists we look up to.
Martin Garrix is also up there.
Martin Garrix.
He's achieved so much with his age. Yeah, he's so young.
So much respect for Martin Garrix, Avicii, artists like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, top class artists.
I think the Avicii one really hits though because of the way he went out.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah, that hit different, bro.
It's pretty sad because he obviously was, music was taking a toll on him.
So I don't know if you saw his documentary on Netflix.
No,
he had a documentary. It's actually a good watch. I think it was just called Avicii.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I don't think it's out anymore, but it was out like after he first passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes behind his like background and all that kind of stuff. It's a powerful documentary, man.
Yeah.
I would recommend it.
Yeah, because I remember seeing clips of him. He was almost like a scientist in a way. Like there's like a 1 hour clip. I'll see if I can pull it up actually.
Yeah, sweet.
He was making he actually maps out the process in which he makes Dancing in My Head.
I think I watched this video, man.
You've watched this video?
I think I've seen it, yeah.
I could not believe.
Yeah, I've actually watched this.
In the making of Avicii in the studio.
Yeah, he's using FL Studio.
And I'll just cut to like a small part here.
This one?
Same program we're using now.
Yeah, same
program. Really?
Yeah, pretty much all the DJs use main 2.
Yeah.
FL Studio and Ableton are the main production
and
programs.
There's just so much thought and hang on, with all due respect, I'll just mute it so we can keep talking.
Right. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
There's just so much science and attention to detail, and everything has purpose.
Bro, producing is another level. It's
like you thought mixing was hard. Like,
yeah,
if you give that to like anybody, it's just like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no, it'd be like flying a spaceship for the first time. It's like, what?
Looking from the outside, it's like, music production looks fucking easy, I'll smash it. And then now that we've actually gotten into it, we just realize how difficult it is, man.
You can put something together and go, all right, sick. Listen to it. That's shit.
Yeah.
Like, you can put a whole song together and go, nah.
Yeah, no, that's
and
not
you just scrap the whole thing.
And then we just scrap it.
And what's interesting about him as well is that he was very good at blending genres in a way.
Oh, yeah.
It's
like he made his own.
Exactly, right. There's a very distinct Avicii sound that you just won't get anywhere else.
No.
The way he incorporates like things you wouldn't expect, like country music, for example, right?
Yeah.
Country music and EDM do not go...
He's very creative.
Yeah,
for sure.
No.
And I'm just watching him open up all these tabs and it's like...
He just knows what he's doing, man.
Like see how quick he's going? No chance.
He's like, I'll just throw this, and I'll layer the melodies, then I'll add a bass, and then, throw a couple vocals here and bang, Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's tricky, but we'll learn it. We learned it.
No, I have no doubt about it.
Yeah. It's like anything, so.
Very particular, man. We're not we're not rushing into things. We're not going to put something out there unless it's quality.
It's Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Unless it's absolutely quality, we know, we want to hit the charts and stuff. Like, we got big goals, big plans.
We usually look at what's everyone listening to today.
Yeah.
Not like a couple years ago.
Right.
So we can kind of get what we want to put out.
And music is a very interesting space as well because it's so fast moving. It's like this week, Travis Scott is the biggest thing. Next week it's Drake. Next week it's Kanye. Next week,
true.
It's
you don't even know next year who the hell it's going to be.
Right.
So
the music world moves quickly.
It moves very quickly, and there's always people coming up, and then
that's what I mean. You could be the shit tomorrow, and then the day after,
everyone forgets your name.
Yeah, it's nuts. And when you think about it, it's like these people put their heart and souls and their lives into it, and unless you've got the legacy, and I'm gonna keep bringing up rappers per se because that's more my style of music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we know that shit too. Bro.
I mean, if it wasn't obvious,
yeah, you can see that.
At the weekend.
Oh, sir, how dare you? It's J. Cole, Jermaine.
Mate, that's the weekend.
Get out of here. The disrespect.
I'm telling you, man.
Where'd you buy that?
That's the weekend, bro. They made
how many beers you had,
They put the weekend and J. Cole together into one pic. I'm telling you, man. From this angle here, it looks like
pull up a photo of J. Cole.
Guys, we're done here.
Wrap it
up. But there seems to be a very few distinct artists that can disappear for 2 years and come back, and it's like they never went anywhere. Like you get a Kendrick, you get a a Weeknd or a J. Cole, whoever you see there.
That's true.
But I'd love to know what your thoughts on that are. Like, how do you achieve that kind of legacy?
Fuck, that's a really good question, man.
That is a good question.
That is a good question. I guess it's just it's all in the music, man. You got to speak with the music.
It's how you engage with fans as well. You got to make them love you. Can't be like
I reckon probably one of the smartest people who's a fucking genius at doing that is Kanye. He's a fucking genius.
Like, what, he didn't drop his album for like, 2 weeks, a week?
Yeah.
He just wanted to sit in a bloody stadium.
The way he just keeps you on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Waiting for albums, and the way he just, plans everything, I reckon he's a genius.
Yeah. I don't know about his new stuff. I love his old stuff.
Mm.
I know his new stuff's cap.
You weren't a fan of Donda, Donda, Donda?
Nah, it's fucking horrible.
I
don't like him now, but...
From maybe a production kind of standpoint, I think you guys can appreciate it a little bit. I don't know. Have you guys seen the clip of Jail and Donda overlapped?
No. I haven't seen it.
This will blow you guys away. So Donda obviously was Kanye's mum before she passed.
Yeah.
I think it was Jail. And where did I see?
I think Kanye's just on like another level of consciousness to us. That's why some people don't understand him.
Yeah, me.
Oh. Basically what he was able to do is he every time he said Donda in the song, in the next song, which was Jail, it was like the guitar going down or something like that. So it was almost like his mother's heartbeat, which was what the Donda song represented, was transferred into another song. Like, she's literally the heart that keeps the song going. I was
wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, right.
There's levels. I think this is the clip. I'm going to turn the volume up for you.
I noticed something when it ended and then Jail started. Is it just me or do these sound similar? Not sure if this is just a cool coincidence, but I overlaid Donda on top of Jail and it lines up perfectly.
Ah, shit. It's like an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Wow. See, he's just a genius, bro.
That is... I've seen some amazing music production, but I've never seen that.
Yeah, he's just a genius, bro. He's just a genius.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. You're outnumbered here.
That's right. At least I could tell that was Jake.
Nah. Who were your music inspirations?
Fuck, Drake's one of them, man.
Drake's
good.
Drizzy? Yeah.
He's good. Loved all his old shit. His old shit was good. Like high school, back in the day.
Yeah. Drake don't miss, bro.
Drake don't miss.
Drake don't miss.
I mean, a leg shot on Certified Lover Boy, maybe.
Hey, he's got some good tracks on that.
Good tracks.
Like 4.
Yeah. But like the album in its entirety, and like with all due respect to Drake, like the bar, he's set his bar so high on the kind of quality of music he's been putting out consistently.
That's true.
For 10 years?
That's true.
Like, you search up Drake on YouTube and it's just like good song. Like, there's not many artists that can say that.
Yeah. What do you have, like?
True. It's hard to maintain.
Nearly his whole album on the top 100.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Hard to maintain being at the top for that long, bro. Like, it's
right. Without becoming complacent.
Yeah, it's respectable.
Extremely respectable. But if I'm being like authentic and real here, I have to say Certified Lover Boy.
Everyone's got their mixed opinions.
Yeah. Are you vibing with it? Are you?
Yeah. I vibe it.
Yeah.
Straight out.
It's got it's like you said, it's got like good songs in there.
Yeah, it's got good songs. I don't listen to all of them because I don't like all of them. But yeah, 4 or 5, pretty decent.
How do you guys stay on top of because obviously being one of the big components of being a DJ is that you have to always be in the know of like new songs that are coming out, but at the same time be able to play respect to past songs that really popped off. How do you guys, maximize your library, I guess?
Just keeping your music knowledge up to date, man, and it's just always searching for tracks. Like, we're always on SoundCloud, just checking out new tracks and, downloading new music, just keeping our database up to date.
Yeah.
Every time like a new track comes out, we'll look for, good remixes and things. Just really just doing a lot of research and just always looking for new music.
Yeah. Is that like, are you setting aside like a specific amount of time each day for that, or is it just like you just...
It's not really. It's like if we get an event coming up, like a month before, 2 weeks before, like we said, we'll look for some songs.
Just start prepping.
Yeah.
See what's hot now, if they've got a good remix of it.
Yeah.
See what everyone's listening to. Like, I don't know about you, but remember TikTok had those couple of songs? They're in our mix. They're in Apollo 12.
Okay.
And they're like full TikTok songs,
Yeah,
and we
maybe.
chucked them in.
Yeah.
And
Full honesty, I use TikTok like never.
yeah,
I should definitely be using it more just from a marketing standpoint. Like I know how powerful that machine is.
Yeah, we don't use TikTok enough either. Like,
Yeah.
I use TikTok like just to look at dumb shit.
Yeah.
But I think it can be utilized in a business way too.
Of course.
TikTok jail we call it.
Yeah,
Because once you
TikTok
start
jail.
swiping,
that's
you
it.
can't
You're
get
stuck,
out.
man.
Yeah. And I guess the thing with TikTok, right, is with other forms of content like YouTube or Netflix or longer form per se, you almost get this sense of completion. It's like you've watched something from the beginning, you stuck through the middle, and you made it to the end.
Yeah.
You don't get that with TikTok. It is just Adderall, on a phone screen, just bang, 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 bang.
If you don't make it interesting in the first 10 seconds, I'll swipe.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
I don't even think it's 10 seconds. It's probably like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our attention spans are so messed up now.
Yeah.
It's something I've really been paying attention to with YouTube in particular, because that's obviously my dominant platform right now.
Yeah.
And YouTube just goes in deep on analytics. It goes in deep on numbers and viewership and subscribers and where your subscribers are based. Like they give you a lot.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one of the key components that seems to be central to success on YouTube is viewership retention. So it's like not just how many people you could get a click on to view, but how long did they stay on?
Yeah. How consistent are you?
Yeah, so it's like if 40% of your audience drops off after 2 minutes, then YouTube won't really care about you. But if you can keep them on for 10...
Or watch time, That's
all watch time. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a thing. It's over 10. If it's over 10, they just count it as they watch the whole video.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I watch a guy on YouTube and he's like, if you don't have it longer than 10. So...
That's interesting to know.
Yeah, if they stay longer than 10, then YouTube adds it like
a full video watch.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
What's your plans like? Do you want to get your podcast onto like Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, I understand like a lot of people have kind of voiced to me that, I like the podcast, but it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get that. Just for me personally, I have YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
So I watch my YouTube videos, and if I get bored, I turn my phone off and it keeps playing.
Right.
That's true, because you can watch it like
exactly. So I can watch, I can listen, it doesn't matter. But I know for most people, they'd rather get the Spotify Premium and go there.
A lot of people don't have that YouTube Premium. They'd rather just like go on Spotify, Apple Music, put the podcast on and drive,
Yeah.
Or like when they're training or whatever
they're doing,
Yeah. So I do know that I do need to get onto Spotify, Apple Music, and probably SoundCloud as well. I hadn't considered that until I saw what you guys were doing, but I was like, makes sense.
Honestly, man, like it doesn't hurt. The more platforms, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, it's just the process of getting onto Spotify and Apple Music is a bit trickier.
Yeah, it is.
So on YouTube, I can do it independently. I can just, edit all my video, edit all my audio, and bang, upload, it's done. It's like posting on Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah.
But with Spotify and Apple Music, I have to go through a distributor.
Yes.
Which again isn't that hard. It's just like another step that I have to go through.
Yeah, gotcha. It's actually not that tricky, man. Like we're looking into that as well when we start releasing our own produced music. So basically it is a bit tricky, but there's like good websites, like for example DistroKid is one of them. I can actually help you out. We can talk offline, and I could help you out with some of that stuff.
That would be great.
Yeah,
that would be great.
That's one of the good things. Always helping people out.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it is also like it honestly, and I don't want to make excuses because like this is like it for me. It's just such a time thing.
Sorry, man, I'm hijacking your show.
No, that's fine.
Welcome to the Dirini podcast.
That's it, guys. I resign. We're done here.
Today we're interviewing Luca from Luca's podcast.
So yeah, like it's just a time component as well. Every week I'm trying to add something new. Like these next couple episodes when they do come out, I'm gonna have multiple camera angles now, as you guys can tell.
Bro, your setup is...
It's getting there, man.
It's mad.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Step by step.
I walked in here, I was like, wow, this is me. That's so cool.
Get some lounges. Sit on
That
the
would be
lounge.
nice. That would be nice.
That's
I think
it.
end game for me, like where I do want to take this, is to have like my own warehouse kind of space.
That would be mad.
Yeah, and so then I can just like make huge scale man cave.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's mad, bro.
yeah, and just have like a section of it that is just dedicated to podcasts, where the acoustics are adjusted for it and the cameras are adjusted for it, and there's a PowerPoint exactly where I need it, and those kinds of things. But it comes with time and money.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're getting there.
That's it.
We're getting there. I mean, I'd imagine you guys would have similar kind of constraints as well, because DJing equipment isn't cheap.
Nah.
Nah, man. Like the club decks are like 13 grand.
Yeah.
The deck we got at home is like 1,300, and that's just like a controller.
Bro,
Yeah.
DJing is the fucking money pit.
Like one controller for like a club DJ deck is like 3 grand, 3.5 grand.
The club equipment especially is very expensive, man.
And you need like 3. You need 3 pieces because you can't just do it with one.
Really?
It comes in separate pieces, like the mixer and then like the 2
You don't get cables with it.
CDJs.
You gotta buy the cables separately. Headphones are a killer.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Broken a couple.
I've got it on. I just bought how'd you break
We
headphones?
don't treat our headphones with respect. We just chuck them around. Like,
Yeah.
we're on the stage, like we just take it off and just chuck it. Like,
Yeah.
Mind you, if we're doing a set at like 12 o'clock at night, we've already had a couple of drinks here and there.
yeah.
So we're already like this.
Do you guys go and party after your sets?
Before
No,
and after.
we go home. Go home and read your Bibles, of course.
Go home, have a shower, go to bed.
No, honestly, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we do usually. We especially when we're playing in the city or something.
If we're playing in the city, usually get a
We
hotel.
usually have like a hotel or something.
Get all the
for night
boys.
and, we get a good group together and we make a night out of it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things of being in the DJ space is that you guys, especially on weekends, you guys would essentially be nocturnal.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do not contact us on the weekend.
Yeah, we've got actually big plans, man. When Sydney reopens, like when we start to pick up some gigs again, we wouldn't mind actually doing like a vlog. So like on the day of our mix, we vlog the day out. We actually vlog going into the club. We vlog the set. Upload
That's
it on
interesting.
YouTube.
I mean, we'll get someone to vlog the set, obviously.
Yeah, we'll get someone to like vlog it for us, like follow us around with the camera and just vlog us for the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then upload content like that on YouTube.
Life in the day of
Just content
the boys.
ideas, man, that we're trying to come up with.
I think that's really where the space is going. It's not, not to discredit the music, but people aren't buying the music anymore. They're buying the artist behind the music.
Very true, man. Very true. There's actually, I won't name any names, but there's a few DJs that are quite big and, their music or mixing isn't quite up there, but the reason they're there is because of marketing.
Call them out.
I can't.
Let us know. I'll arrange.
Put it this way, man. It's all about marketing.
That's
Right.
it.
It's all about marketing.
If you know someone, set.
That too. It's who you know and marketing.
Yeah, it's who you know in the DJ world.
I think it's
It's all
like
about
that.
contacts.
Yeah, I think it's like that in any world. Like even in podcasting, right? Like if I'm able to get a big name guest like Dirini Music, of course, it helps the channel so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think every industry you're going to go into, you're going to find that it's very politicized.
Big time.
It's all political.
Yeah.
Time, very political, especially DJing as well. It's a very there are a lot of good people in the industry, but a lot of it is also very egotistical. It's a very egotistical industry. Yeah.
Big words, Sammy. Big words.
Studying before this.
It can be a very egotistical industry, man. Yeah.
That's surprising. I wouldn't expect that.
Nah, it's as I said, there's a lot of good people in the industry. But yeah, a lot of it is
What is it? Just like that famine mentality? Like that, oh, he got my set. I should have been on that
cutthroat,
set.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's cutthroat.
Yeah.
Especially between even just between DJs and stuff, adding an extra person to a lineup so a DJ doesn't get his full hour.
It's
like
like
DJ
45 minutes.
His set will get cut to 45 minutes and he'll have a whinge, or they'll have a whinge about why I'm on it this time. I want to be the headline set. It's very like that. Very cutthroat. Dog eat dog.
That's a shame because, something that starts so purely as just the art of the music and expressing yourself,
Yeah, and some DJs also think they're up themselves.
Yeah.
So we've been to a couple of events. It's we're on next, and they try to mess it up. So when we plug our USB in, if you remember that day.
Yeah.
Wait, there's sabotage?
There's like little
things that
DJ games, man. Like,
you guys like rolling with a big crew, like because
we usually
have
get
videographers and stuff.
Yeah,
as well,
we usually
or?
get like our entourage, which is just our boys. But
Yeah.
got like all our mates come along. Occasionally we'll have a photographer and a videographer come with us as well.
Yeah.
Get some content for us.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff you guys put up on Instagram. It is so dope.
Yeah, the MP one's mad. We had a videographer that night and photographer.
Yeah, it's all about content, man.
Oh, your content game is so strong.
That one there in the middle.
Where am I looking?
Scroll down underneath Apollo.
Here?
Yeah,
11
buildings.
Yeah, that one.
Bang, let's play this. It's
got some sound there. So this one was cool.
the energy in this is... Is that Taylor Perez? Yeah, man. I mean, you know what? This really gives me I hate to sound cliche, but this really gives me Project X vibes.
Don't worry, it's in the making. Once everything opens, there will be a Project X party.
There needs to be a Project X party.
Because that will top it off in Sydney.
Yeah. Pause right here. I will host it.
Yes. The MC for the night.
Yes.
What do you mean, bro? I'm gonna be crowd surfing. Get out of here, MC.
Yeah, no one's really done. There's been a few, but no one's really done like a massive one. Like properly set up, security, you know. I'm not going to charge anyone for entry because then everyone will be like,
Yeah, fuck that.
it's a proper party.
I did one for my 18th, so we're looking 4 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And we probably had 200 people here.
Shit.
Wow. Yeah, so that's the biggest I was able to scale up, and then
Yeah. Well, next one, you know who your DJs are.
legit.
We got
That's
you.
it, mate.
100%. I'd love to have you guys.
Yeah, we'll
here.
hook you up. It's all good.
Like I know we'll look after you too, price-wise and stuff.
Oh, bro, that'd be mad. We'll talk off air about it.
Yeah, we'll talk off air.
On the house, mate.
No, like honestly, but because there is something about like as fun as clubbing is, and as fun as going to festivals and stuff is, there's a lot of hassle that comes with it
beats
as well.
a house party.
Nothing beats a house party.
I miss house parties, man.
Yeah.
There's not enough these days.
Well, I mean, it's just they always seem to be getting shut down or police
true.
getting called.
It's true.
The one I did here for my 18th, we had like people just rocking up out of nowhere. No idea who they were. And I was just like, yeah, let them in.
Yeah, man, they're school friends.
Yeah.
That's mad.
I swear, I know Moe. We've been like, forever. But then it just got too much. Like we had flares let off at the front of the house.
That's sick.
Yeah. People doing burnouts, and I was like, oh god.
A bit too far now.
Yeah, but like, I think I'm gonna look back on those kinds of party years and just go, I wish I'd have done this. I don't want to walk away with regrets from it.
No. Yeah.
As long as the place doesn't get burnt down and there's
That's
no
true.
rigid in
Sweet.
the oven, I
That's
think
it.
it's sweet, right?
That's it. Exactly.
Nah, warehouse. I want to do a warehouse party. That'll be sick.
Ooh, that could be
Yeah.
something.
And a warehouse.
Yeah, once lockdown's over, we do plan on doing our own show. So like, we'll organize our own event.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that process look like?
It will look like finding a venue,
Yeah.
hiring the venue out,
Equipment, setup,
equipment,
stage,
selling tickets,
Mm-hmm.
stage.
pyrotechnics.
I imagine there's like a lot of insurances and stuff like that
Lights.
go into that as well.
Yeah, unless we can do it at a established venue already. with
Right,
licenses.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the other thing.
Yeah. No, I could see that. That'd be fun. I'd go.
Watch this space. Watch this
Yeah.
space.
You guys got your finger in every pie. You're doing live events. You're on SoundCloud. You're producing your own music. Like,
Yeah.
where does the work ethic come from?
Mate, it's just
Dad.
Dad.
Nah, it's just, we don't want to work 9 to 5.
Yeah.
We want to
that'd be the ultimate goal, man. Escape the 9 to 5 and do DJing full time.
live your life.
Live your life. That's it.
Yeah. What are you guys doing for work now then?
I'm in building.
Okay, construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's.
You're not out in the Melbourne protest, are you?
No, Sydney one.
Ah, right. I recognised you from somewhere.
It's the guy at the front. Hold the flag.
You were the bloke that the copper like grabbed and tackled to the ground, eh?
Yeah, fuck that cop up.
Yeah, no, I do government housing.
You do government housing?
Yeah, I work in government housing.
Right.
As a tenancy manager.
Yeah.
So basically, I look after a portfolio of properties on behalf of the government, like social housing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It's interesting. So these are both full-time gigs, I imagine.
That's right, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, both full-time gigs.
So, like, it's pretty much every second that you have spare is going into these projects.
Yeah, it's like
Pretty much,
either the weekend, like on the weekend,
Of course.
or like after work. Depends.
Yeah.
Depends how we want to take it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now it's harder to see each other because all the lockdowns and stuff. So it's harder to like sit at a computer and put something together.
Much
It's
more
hard to get people in your house, during the lockdown, right?
Yeah. During lockdown.
Mm.
Nah, man, I'm having parties every weekend. No fucks given.
So come find me.
Yeah, it's a shame because I really think, from what I've heard from you guys, it sounds like you're on a very upwards trajectory, and to kind of get this setback, like, how have you pivoted? Has your approach changed to DJing and music during this period? When there's just nothing's predictable. You don't know when your next gig's going to be.
It's fucking tough, man. It's a tough industry to be in at this time with the lockdowns and the COVID restrictions. It's like when there's no COVID restrictions, we're on like an uphill.
It's just going up.
It's just going up, and then the lockdowns come, and it's kind of like we stagnate while it's on lockdown, and then when lockdowns lift, then we can go back on that upward trajectory. But a lot of the shit, man, just gets put on hold.
Yeah.
Yeah. During lockdowns, there's really nothing we can do. Right now we're focusing on producing music. We want to bring out another mix as well soon, so I guess that's stuff that we can work on. But in terms of playing live shows and stuff, forget it.
Forget it for now.
Yeah, but that's really what you need to
Possibly the year, because who knows if she's going to open nightclubs. Like,
Well, they were talking about New Year's fireworks. And from the sounds of it, it's been a bit of a back and forth, but from the sounds of it, they are looking at pushing New Year's ahead.
I'm fucking so over it, man.
just want to get out of Australia.
Yeah?
Gladys is a dictator.
Yeah.
She's a dictator. There's no other
way to put it. Everyone has their own opinions. We know our opinions. So
No, I agree with you guys.
yeah.
It's a shame because I think for the most part Australians are very laid back, especially when it comes to politics.
Yeah.
Like, we're not, you see these protests which happen almost on a weekly basis now in the United States or in France or anywhere in Europe for that matter. And people become very invested in politics and have ideologies and socialism versus capitalism versus, and there's hierarchical structures, and people get very opinionated on those kinds of things, which is, I think, what you need to do to keep a government in check.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like more people are getting involved in politics now more than ever.
Well, I think we have to now.
We have to now.
Yeah.
Democracy's on the line.
Yeah, there has to be a point where we draw the line in the sand and say, okay, like, this is enough.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I mean, look, I'm guilty of it. For the longest amount of time, I didn't even know who our Prime Minister was. I'm almost embarrassed to say it out loud, but I was just like, it changed every 2 weeks.
I wish I didn't know who he was.
Slow-mo. Mr. Slow-mo.
Mr. Slow-mo.
Yeah, no, I know now, obviously. I mean, things are different. The guy from Down Under, right?
Yeah, that's him.
Fuck, he's even a joke, that old man.
Sleeping Biden.
Put him in a nursing home already.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
He escaped the nursing home and never has gone back since.
Oh, God. What's crazy about him is he's so prone to aneurysms that he's had 2 open brain surgeries. Like, not
Really,
one,
has he? I didn't even know he had
2 brain surgeries.
Haven't you seen he slurs his words now?
I know. You know what really scares me about him? He's got the nuclear codes, but he probably wouldn't even remember them.
No.
So it's all good.
What was that again?
They need Face ID on the nuclear codes.
Like, that wouldn't even work. His face is changing every day.
He'll be trying to lose missiles and be like, what's the number again?
Yeah. No, 100%. It's like, my favorite clips of him are when he tries to say numbers.
Oh,
Have you seen those ones?
Yeah.
There's this
Off his head.
Instagram page I follow, Biden Thoughts.
Oh,
And
no.
they just, anytime he slips up, they're just on him.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can pull it off for you guys.
Remember the one I showed you? He was like, "Oh yeah, there was a hurricane in Florida, and the best thing to do right now is get vaccinated."
Yeah.
What the fuck does that have to do with the price of apples, bro?
Yeah, true.
Alright, let's see if I can find his Biden Thoughts. This, obviously a very right-leaning person runs this account, and, you do kind of have to keep that in mind as well. Hang on, Biden.
Mate, Biden's got to go. He has got to go.
But then his successor is just as bad as him, if not worse. See if I can find it.
Who, Kamala?
Yeah, Kamala Harris.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't trust her as far as I control her.
She
Not very
speaks.
far, right?
She speaks of of freedom of people and
Probably got taken down, man. Wouldn't be surprised.
no, because I see this stuff all the time. Hang on, let me go to my personal one. And she speaks of like freedom and activism and being as liberal as possible per se, whatever that means. But people don't know this about her, but she was like one of the big components as to not only getting a lot of people in jail locked up for selling marijuana, but then keeping them in there once it became legal.
Really?
Yeah.
She's cooked, man.
Crazy, man.
So if you sold weed and got caught the day before it became legal and you got 10 years for it,
You're going to
You'd
have
have
to
to
10
stay.
years.
because of her, you're going to have to do the 10 years.
Yeah, that's retarded, bro.
Come on.
Oh, here we go. Biden Thoughts. This page, their clips.
Look at the picture.
I'll see if we can find some clips of him talking because it is just...
He's off his head, Biden. We need to bring Donald Trump back.
Yeah.
I liked him.
He would,
His son probably going to run it.
You think so?
I reckon his son will.
Donald Jr.?
Mr.
What's his
Donald
name?
Jr.
Okay, here we go. We've got a video here.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, God.
Think of anyone better to lead this operation
Oh, that's gold.
This is the guy we sent to negotiate with, like high violence-based countries, like your North Koreas and your Afghanistans of the world. This is the guy.
Absolutely ridiculous, man. Like he's
Fuck, not the one with the kid.
he's signing.
Oh, the kid sniffing?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, he's signing billion-dollar nuclear deals with Australia and the UK, and he can't
Bloke
even.
doesn't, yeah.
He can't even remember Scott Morrison's name. Like,
Yeah.
that's
don't even know
concerning,
if-
man.
yeah.
Like,
Very concerning. Very concerning.
does he even know what he's signing?
Like, hey, if you're going to sign a multi-billion nuclear deal, like, maybe write it down. Like, stick it on a
Yeah.
Post-it note or something.
I saw this one video.
He's got his caretaker with him. It's all good.
I saw this one video when he first got voted in, and he was signing executive orders, and there's a mic. What's it called? A mic. When they leave the mic on by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't even know what I'm signing here, and he just.
You said that one to me. That was the funniest one. It's like, I don't even know what I'm signing.
Oh my god, hang on. The kid sniffing one is too much. Like, this is...
He's a creep.
It's just pedo.
That's creepy, man.
Strawberry.
And she's like leaning further and further away from him. Like, look where she starts and where she ends up.
That's an evil it's disgusting, man. It's
evil.
That's creepy.
I
as
just
fuck.
think... I don't know if he's evil. I just think he's lost it. He's just lost the plot.
That's creepy, man. No normal person sniffs children like that. Like, that's fucking creepy.
That's pretty creepy.
You make a good point.
That's
It's hard to argue with that.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but on that Trump note, like, he doesn't get enough credit for a lot of the work that he actually put in and a lot of the groundwork he actually does.
Yeah.
I know he was very divisive and very outspoken in his opinions, but that was always going to be the case with Trump.
You know what, man? With Trump, he's just a straight up guy. What you see is what you get.
Yep.
This is going to be really controversial because I know the media beats on him a lot, and there's a reason why they're beating on him. But I reckon he's one of the greatest presidents that America ever had.
No wars. He had in his term when he was in office. He didn't start any wars. Didn't do any.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Biden comes in, Afghanistan, all the other shit happens. And
the way they butchered Afghanistan was just disgusting.
When you look at the shit that Trump actually did for the country, he was the best president.
They never believed him. I don't even watch.
Probably him and Kennedy were the best presidents, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. I don't know enough about American politics and the history base to say that he was the best or the worst. Like, I don't really know where I sit with that.
Yeah.
But what I do know is, even as something as simple as COVID, right, when that did occur in the States, like when it was first starting, he was going on about the China virus.
Yeah.
He was the first, significant leader to say, hey, we're shutting down the borders with China. No flights in, no flights out.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh, he's a xenophobe. Oh, he's racist.
Nah.
He's just... he's going to...
smart.
What would they say? That he's going to stimulate racism against the Asian community here in the States. And it's like, no, there's a virus going on. We don't want people from where the virus came to come
That's
here.
what he was very good at as well. He was very good at holding China accountable.
Yeah.
Ever since his last day.
Yeah. And pretty much Biden just, whatever you want, China. Here you go, China.
Yeah. Bend over backwards for them.
Bend over backwards.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No lube, nothing. Just the whole...
Straight in.
Yeah.
Mate. Yeah.
Have you guys watched that documentary, What Really Happened in Wuhan?
I haven't seen that.
No, I haven't
It
seen
was just on I think it was on Channel 10 a couple of days ago, and it was amazing to see the level of corruption and cover-up that went into doing this.
Yeah.
So basically you've got the Wuhan lab, which is reportedly where they think COVID came out of.
Yeah.
And they were doing something called... what's this? Gain testing. What was it called? It'll hit me. Anyways, they were doing some kind of testing that was going on in there, where essentially what they would do is they would get a virus that already existed in nature, right? So in this case, it was a bat virus.
Mm-hmm.
And they would alter it and change it so that it would be more receptive to humans. And, it was almost like putting steroids into viruses. It's a very dumbified way of explaining it.
Fucking hell.
Gain of function. There it is.
Okay.
Gain of
So
function.
they're trying to make viruses more dangerous.
Yes.
What a great idea.
What could go wrong?
Fucking hell. We're run by psychopaths, man. Honestly.
And so what ended up happening was that, they had a leak in this virus, and someone obviously contracted it and it got spread out. And they haven't been able to prove it per se, but the coronavirus, the one that we're seeing now, has a 96% similarity to the one they found in the Wuhan lab. So, 96%, I'm going to put my money on that.
Yeah. I think it's pretty it's quite common knowledge now that the virus didn't come from a bat.
Yeah.
But you say that a year ago and you're a conspiracy theorist.
That's right.
Yeah.
The difference between a conspiracy theory and fact is about 6 months now.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think because, those waters have become so diluted, it is kind of hard to navigate. It's like, fuck, is this real, or am I just spending too much time on TikTok? What are we doing
Yeah,
here?
that's true.
But anyways, back to this gain of function thing. The chief of health in the United States, Anthony Fauci.
He's a fucking idiot.
He came out and said, the Wuhan lab leak theory is ridiculous and it holds no weight, and there's no way that could be the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
It turns out that he was instrumental in funding gain-of-function research there in China.
Because there was leaked emails or something.
Leaked emails that came out.
Yeah, I've seen the emails.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's the one saying... going on the news and saying, don't wear face masks, they don't work.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later saying, actually, you do need face masks.
Yeah.
It's okay.
The corruption runs deep.
It runs so deep.
Yeah.
And then it goes higher because, I hate to harp on about this, but it was just blowing my mind. It goes higher because then when the UN decided to step into the Wuhan lab and do an investigation onto what happened, they were there for 3 hours and then dipped.
Yeah, nothing to say here.
Get
3 hours.
Just sat down at the table, have a bit.
I spent more time editing these videos. Fucking me dead. We're talking about a virus that literally shut down the world economy for 2 years.
They spent 3 hours.
They spent 3 hours on it.
Yeah, mate, they must have had 50 boys there, that's for sure.
God. Ridiculous.
Oh, mate. Yeah, the corruption runs deep.
So there's a lot of, yeah.
And so, I guess the whole point of that isn't to say, like, this was a terrorist attack or anything like that, because the Chinese people did get affected by it as well. I don't think China's that cruel that they'd actually do that to their own people as well.
Yeah. I beg to differ, but anyway.
Okay. I like to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But to kind of show that if you just take the government's message at its face value and to say, Gladys told me to do this, or the United Nations told me to do this, or Fauci told me to do this, and just take it for that and their word is Bible, I think you're not seeing the bigger picture.
100%. 100%. A lot of people these days are very closed-minded. More people are waking up, but I think it's just about keeping an open mind and
Don't fall into the trap of the media.
Yeah.
Because once you fall in that, you won't get out.
Yeah. Don't just look at the mainstream media narrative and be like, okay, that's what's going on. Always, look at other sources, do your own research as well.
If you ever thought it was about COVID, then you're thinking wrong. It wasn't about COVID from the start, but everyone has.
Yeah.
What do you think it was about?
I think it's about...
Hey, we could be here for another 3 hours.
I got time.
Honestly, man, I think it's all about control.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the money, man.
Yeah.
Follow the money. It's all about control. I mean, they've pretty much instilled worldwide communism to combat this virus, if you think about it. Lockdowns, curfews, mandatory
early
vaccines.
stages communism, yeah.
Yeah, early stages. Especially in Australia, it's worse, probably the
in the
harshest
world.
in Australia.
Mm.
I don't know if you've seen the scenes in Melbourne.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them.
The police are firing weapons at unarmed protesters.
Yeah.
That's something you see in China, not Australia.
Yeah.
So it's very concerning to see where our country's going.
And they actually killed one bloke. But it's not on the media.
Really?
Actually, someone got hit. Just a tradie. He was just protesting because he didn't want to have to take a vaccine to be able to work and provide for his family.
And
he got hit in the head with a rubber bullet and died. It's
crushed
legal.
his skull.
Yeah.
Jesus
The
Christ.
rubber bullet's like half of that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Not a little bullet.
So there you go. The police murdered someone.
But you don't even hear about it. The police.
You don't hear about
all you will hear is, the police distributed the crowd. There were one over the crowd.
Yeah. And they'll call the crowd neo-Nazis.
And
What was with that?
and violence and all this,
Yeah.
but they weren't even doing anything. The police are the ones that started shooting them.
But hang on, wait. That neo-Nazi thing, you don't get to use that word very lightly.
That's nuts.
You don't get to use the word Nazi very lightly.
Yeah.
And then for the head of the union of the people that he's supposed to represent, go and say, these are just neo-Nazis?
That's nuts.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's even crazier? They're labeling the protesters as neo-Nazis, but the protesters aren't the one forcing medical experiments on people. Isn't that what the Nazis did?
Yeah.
They'll, in
Holocaust.
the camps.
All the people in the Holocaust.
They did all kinds of medical experimentation against people's will, and that's why the Nuremberg Code came in.
I think we're starting to see more and more overlap. You always have to be careful when comparing to Nazi Germany because,
for sure.
it is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. But
I think if you put it on a spectrum per se, on a scale, and from one end we're heading towards, concentration camps and Nazi Germany or North Korea, which would be a more modern day example. And then you've got somewhere like Sweden or Switzerland where it's the complete opposite of that. People are very free to do their own thing.
Yeah.
In certain parts of Switzerland, you can just do whatever you want. There are essentially no rules as long as you're not hurting other people.
Yeah.
If you put it on a spectrum and you say, okay, we're going to try and lean more towards that way because that's just going to benefit society.
Mm.
And I think these past 2 years, we've really started to see the slide go this way.
Yeah, that's right. Look, Ben, to be honest with you, if someone wants to get the vaccine, get it. If you don't want to get it,
Don't get
that's fine. I really don't give a fuck. But it should just be a person's choice.
Yeah.
No one should be forced to get it. Or
Yeah.
It shouldn't be made mandatory for anybody.
Yeah. They never forced anything before. Why now?
It shouldn't be forced, man. Even if it was 100% safe and effective, there would still be people that don't want to get it, and their livelihood shouldn't be affected because they don't want to submit to a medical experiment or a medical intervention.
And it's really what it is. It's a medical experiment. Like, we're all kind of hoping that this works.
Yeah,
And it
like,
hasn't even been tested for more than 3 years, and they want to go put it in your body.
Yeah.
there's no long-term safety data on it.
And look, full transparency, I am vaccinated, like, fully. I just got my second shot the other day.
Yeah. And look, man, that's your right. That's your God-given right to choose. So I respect it. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, I was strong-armed into doing it because, you know, I couldn't go to work.
Yeah.
I think left to my own devices, I wouldn't have done it.
There you go. So you were coerced into it.
Yeah.
Pretty
There you
much.
go.
He's like, oh, fuck, if I don't
Remember
get it.
this at the next election. Remember this.
Oh, no, I will.
United Australia Party.
I'd like to announce there that I'm actually running for your next Prime Minister.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people just got it because they had to for work. It wasn't because they wanted to get it.
Yeah.
So,
And look, there's no denying that COVID is a real thing and that it does have, you know, an effect on people, right? Like, there's just been too much data, too much evidence, too many people have died for us to just kind of sit here and say, oh, it's not real, you don't have to worry about it. Like, yeah, be precautious, take actions to prevent against it. But
yeah.
whether you're vaccinated or not, let's take vaccination off the cards, right?
Yeah.
Even if you are vaccinated, you still have to work out. You still have to get sunlight. You still have to socialize with
100%.
people.
That's right.
I remember in year 11 PE class, like one of the first sentences in PE, it would be like, health is holistic. It's not just the absence of disease.
That's right.
It's like, those were the government's words and they're just not acting upon that. It's like, where has been the emphasis been on, you know, why haven't we seen more outdoor gyms being promoted, or why haven't we seen, you know, more emphasis on going outside and getting sunlight? Why aren't people getting more educated on dieting and stuff like that? There's been none of that.
They've only offered one solution.
Vaccine.
That's it.
You get this, you can go sit in the park, have a picnic.
Pretty much.
Why?
So when the music scene does come back and you guys are able to push forward, I mean, there's almost like this notion that vaccine passports are going to be expected from people now.
That's the other thing. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, man. To be honest with you, I'd like to think it's all scare tactics from the government.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you follow politics overseas, but UK just scrapped the vaccine passports.
Really?
Everywhere.
Yeah, so it seems like they just try and scare you with it. They just want to reach their sales target. Their
Sales target, 70% sales target for the year.
Like, this way you have to know, like, you know how they say, oh, we'll open up when we get 80%. 80% isn't a safety net. 80% is a sales target.
Well, yeah, because I think...
They're getting paid by how many vaccinations are getting done.
I think for something like... Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure for like most vaccines, it needs to hit like a 90 to 95%. So why did we agree on 80 or 70 or whatever it is?
I don't know, man.
There doesn't seem to be much.
Yeah, but the UK just recently scrapped them, so usually what happens in the UK, Australia usually follows.
Alright, this was posted on the 14th, so it's that 11 days ago. The UK government has announced it's ditching plans for vaccine passports to access pubs, nightclubs and events in England. That's despite a rise of COVID cases, hospitalizations and deaths, as well as the looming European winter.
I think winter's going to be rough, man, if I'm honest, in Europe.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though, because Australia tends to follow suit with what the UK does and what US does.
That's why when I saw that, I was pretty convinced that they're not going to stick around with it here in Australia. Plus, there is an election coming up early next year, and they want to be voted back in as well, you know? So they have to start erring on the side of freedom pretty soon, or they're not going to get voted back in.
Oh, I think it's beyond, like, Gladys's career is beyond saving.
She's out.
Yeah.
She's out.
Are we doing state elections or...
it's federal.
Federal, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough campaign.
There's no way ScoMo's going to be back as Prime Minister.
I couldn't see it.
Not.
He's never here when we need him, man.
Where is he now?
Disappeared for the bushfires.
He really is just
he's gone. He's not even here. He's in Washington.
I don't know if it's bad timing. Like, I don't know if he just has this, like...
What do you think they're really talking about the UN? What do you think they're really there for? Who's hit their sales target?
I reckon.
Yeah. They'll never tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get like a 2-minute snippet on the news and go,
yeah, we're talking about
really
still.
Talking about some
pig still, yeah.
Bullshit, rubbish, mate.
They get in there, close the doors, close the curtains, then they cut themselves and blood fucking...
Jesus, okay. Do you guys know who Naomi Park is?
I don't.
Oh,
haven't
no.
heard of
She is a defector of North Korea.
Okay.
her. Actually, Joe Rogan interviewed her. Yeah,
Bingo.
I haven't seen the whole interview, but I saw parts of it.
Well, I watched the interview and I bought the book, and so I've been reading the book.
Yeah.
And what she talks about at one point is that when she got out of North Korea and got asylum in the United States, she was actually invited back to the United Nations to speak.
Yeah. Right.
Guess where they sat her?
Where?
Back.
Right next to the North Korean fucking. I swear to God. These are the brightest minds of the world. They're going to bring us world peace. Putting a North Korean defector right next to the person that she was running away from.
That's nuts, man.
Scare him.
That is insane.
It's nuts.
I remember hearing that going, no, there's no way.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know if that was a political play. Like, I don't know what the move was
Mate,
there.
the world is a stage. It's an absolute clown show. It's a circus.
I try not to believe it. I like
It's a circus.
I like to be optimistic, boys.
It's an absolute circus, mate.
What's your move? Because it sounds like you're both kind of checked out of Sydney. Are you planning on sticking around?
Like living here?
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Got to see how everything plays
It's
out.
a very good question, man. I would love to stay in Sydney.
Yeah.
I would love to stay in Sydney. But there's a lot of uncertainty as well.
Yep.
So we just don't know yet.
You never know what's going to happen tomorrow, so I can just take it as it comes.
But I would love down the track to experience living somewhere else. Like even just moving to another state and just experiencing life somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely be on the...
Because at the moment, Gold Coast seems the place to be. So
Really does, right?
Yeah. Gold Coast are mad.
I'm telling you, they're going to get hit hard as soon as she opens the borders, but
Yeah, but I mean...
nothing's happening now but watch in a couple months.
Yeah, but like, isn't that just guaranteed whenever we open the border? If we did it today...
Queensland's been okay, yeah?
Yeah, Queensland's been fine, but because no one's been there.
Well, they're building a quarantine camp in Queensland, so they're not planning...
A
for this-
what?
Yeah, it's
Quarantine
quarantine.
A quarantine camp.
Yeah, you know what they
That
call it?
sounds too close to concentration camp.
Yeah, that's what they call
They're
it.
actually building one in Queensland, so they're building that now. They're obviously planning for COVID to be sticking around for a while if they're building a quarantine facility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's...
Darwin's got one.
They're not building it for no reason.
Wow.
They're building one in Melbourne too.
Yeah, but
Who was in charge of naming that?
They call it wellness camp.
Wellness camp.
Yeah, it's for your well-being.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That sounds like some shitty school camp that you would go to in Year 9.
Yeah, before you come in the country, you need to go here.
I couldn't believe it.
Nah.
No. Quarantine camp.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
One of the Queensland politicians came up on stage. He's like, "Yeah, we're building quarantine facility, wellness camp." I was like, "Are you fucking serious? Wellness camp?"
And they just twist their words and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's for the safety." Yeah, fuck, everything's for the safety.
Yeah, everything's for your safety.
Yeah, so mobile speed cameras without signage.
Yeah.
It's for your safety, right?
Yeah.
It's been super effective.
Police in Victoria are shooting unarmed protesters for your safety.
For your safety.
Yeah, bro, he had a gun, serious. He was shooting back at the cops.
The speed cameras one is weird for me, though.
Fuck, I hate speed cameras, mobile speed cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it. Look, if you're doing 40Ks over, you are, putting people in danger there.
That's true.
But these ones that are just parked on the side of the road, hiding
Just in like four-wheel drive.
at the bottom of a hill.
Cabosh Road, at the bottom, under the bridge.
You know exactly what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
he was there the other night.
Yeah, exactly. And they showed the statistics on it, and it was like the revenue that increased as a result of the signage being taken away when put against the lives saved or the death count.
Yeah, it was worse, wasn't it?
Maybe it differed by one.
Yeah.
So they just made an extra, God knows what, $50 million and saved one life.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's because they sit on a main road and it's fucking straight. Not like they're going to sit on a bend. So, I don't know. It's all revenue raising.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
How else can we make money? Watch next, it's going to be $5 for your vaccine passport.
It's like a Netflix subscription. You just have to keep updating.
Yeah, that's what
it.
a booster shot is.
Yeah.
You're going to have to keep getting the booster shot.
Coming.
Because we don't know if the vaccine doesn't even fucking work.
They're
anyway.
already onto the They're already giving out the 4th shot in Israel now.
Israel's on a 4th shot.
4th shot.
The booster shots. It's a never-ending cycle.
Israel is on the fringe as it is anyways, with everything that got going on with Palestine.
Australia's not far behind, man. They'll start giving out the booster shots soon here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, first booster shot, January.
You think so?
Yeah,
Your vaccine passport, it's going to go from green to red. It's like, oh, you're due for your booster shot. You can't do anything in Australia.
Can't go eat
I
today.
feel like a little ribbon at the top and it's like, ba-bum.
Yeah. It's like, fuck, I have to get my booster shot now or I've got no freedom.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, fuck, what do you do? I think my move is to get out of Australia in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Again, in America, in Florida, Governor DeSantis, very good governor, he's gone the other way. So you know how Australian government's talking about fining businesses that let unvaccinated people in?
Yeah, I've heard something
So
like that.
I think there's been some talk around it about, banning unvaccinated people from shopping centres and things like that.
So just create a 2-tier society.
Yeah. In Florida, the governor DeSantis has done the opposite. So a business that refuses service to an unvaccinated person gets fined $5,000.
Yeah.
Really?
So he's like full pro-freedom. Like there's no coronavirus restrictions over there. Nothing mandatory.
Yeah, everything's open, 100% capacity.
Everything's open, 100% capacity. Like life's just like normal over there.
Yeah.
And they're actually earmarking
Florida, huh?
They're actually earmarking that governor to go for the presidency in 2024.
That would be something.
It would be something because he's full pro-freedom. He's a great governor. Great
Yeah.
governor.
I think Florida only locked down for like 30 days or something, right?
Yeah,
Like they did a very short...
time in lockdown. But they got to,
And then they made a killing because everyone went to Florida.
Yeah.
Everyone went to Florida to party and their economy's like
Miami,
through the roof.
baby.
Yeah, their economy's booming, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's kind of one of those places though where you kind of go there knowing that you're going to get COVID. I mean, it's just like, it's a given, right? Like if we're seeing... You good there, bro? Sorry about that, guys. What was I saying?
You go in there.
Yeah, you go in there and you know that you're running a very high risk, but at the same
I
time...
don't reckon.
You don't think so?
Nah.
I think if we're getting cases here where everyone's locked down,
Are we,
stuck
but-
inside...
Are we?
You know what? The people at the protests, those people at the
Which
protests,
protests?
like just the protests in Australia, for example.
Yeah.
You know how the media comes on and says, oh, these guys are putting everyone at risk because they're spreading the virus?
Yeah.
Generally, the people at the protest don't go get tested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can't be contributing to case numbers.
Yeah, okay. You could make that case.
Because they're protesting against something, so why would they go get tested?
They're not going to go get tested.
Generally, they're the ones that, they don't believe in COVID or they don't believe COVID is as dangerous as the government
But
is
then
saying.
you could make the case that they're going to go and spread it. And then eventually it's going to land onto someone that...
Someone that believes it and goes to get tested.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just get their numbers up.
Yeah.
And it's just a keep.
I mean, how deep do you go into
Yeah,
this?
you can
stuff,
sit
right?
here forever and talk about it, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's just...
Look, I'll be honest with you. I'm COVIDed out. I'm so done with this whole situation. The first chance I get, I'm going to, as soon as I've got some money behind me, I'm out. I'm going to Florida. I'm going to go party with whoever the fuck is there.
Yeah.
And then we'll be there with you. So
Yes, and you will be doing live performances there.
That'd be mad.
I reckon
Yeah.
it's probably easy to get around shit there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of clubs there.
Yeah. It'd be mad to DJ at like nightclubs in
Like
in
a
Miami.
beach club even. Day clubs. Day
Day
clubs are
clubs
good.
in Miami. That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see you guys doing that for sure.
We definitely want to do that, man. We want to go like play at the day clubs in Las Vegas and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen footage from those clubs, but they're fucking nuts.
Yeah. Cosmopolitan, Las Vegas Day Club, Marquee Day Club.
Oh, wait, I think I've seen a couple of those ones. Yeah.
they're nuts, man.
The Las Vegas ones.
They go from day to night. Start at 11, shut it.
And they get a lot of A-listers there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And New York as well. New York get a lot of A-listers as well.
New York's, I imagine, has got a different scene, though.
Mm.
It wouldn't be the Miami, Las Vegas kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the goal, man.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the goal.
where we want it to
That's where we
go.
want to go.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we want to.
Oh, look, I could
Make
see
it
it for
time.
you guys, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
It's it's just a case of timing, right? Like you just need to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And the only thing you guys can really control is the consistency of the music. I was looking at your SoundCloud and it was like every week or every 2 weeks you guys were putting something up there. You know, and if you kind of keep just that trajectory going, you know, of course you can have a couple songs or a couple mixes that miss rather, and you can have a couple ones that like really top off, like your Apollo 11s.
Yeah.
But as long as you're in the game and you're putting forward, you know,
just consistency, man. Just everything that we put out, as I said before, everything that we put out, we make sure it's, you know,
yeah, that's
quality.
why we need shit to open up so we can get content, and then that's what we kept putting up, content.
It's been use that content, use those mixes, use your tracks to get gigs.
Yeah.
You get there.
Every time, you know, you go out and look for some gigs, the first question they ask is like, link us your socials, link us a mix.
Yeah, it's always link socials, link SoundCloud, link me a song.
How have you guys going about growing your social media? Because you guys have a decent presence on there.
Bro, it's just content.
Yeah?
Honestly, just content.
Just keep posting.
Because you know what it's like. Sometimes you see people... Not that I thought this of you guys, because like looking at the comments and stuff, and there's obviously a community there. But, you know, there's always that one bitch that's got 10,000 followers and gets 20 likes on a post.
Yeah.
You know.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what's going on.
Oh, for sure. It's so transparent.
Yeah. It's all about just content, man. Like, especially those few videos that we got where we got videographers.
Yeah. That content, people love that shit.
Those tend to get shared a lot.
They just kind of just pop off.
Yeah, they pop off. They get a lot of views. They tend to get shared a lot. And also when we release mixes, we have a big like marketing campaign for our mixes.
Yeah.
And then once we release a mix, you know, we'll have like 20, 30 people that repost it on their story. So
and each one of those person has like, let's just say 1,000 followers. So suddenly you're reaching 30,000 people rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with our Apollo 11 mix, we had like, I think we had like 20 or 30 people share it on their story. Something ridiculous.
Far out.
Yeah. So
And then it just blew up.
What's that like going like your phone's just one day?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Even like when we perform live, for example, at Marco Polo, like we'll finish our mix, we'll jump on our phone, and it's like, oh, you've been tagged in, you know,
and it's like, oh, follow,
10 stories, you know. So like people record you playing, they'll tag you, and then just go that way.
Social media has really changed the game, especially for artists and creatives.
100%.
You know,
like
doing something like this wouldn't make sense 5 years ago.
No, no one was into podcasts. No one really listened to.
I mean, people were, it just wasn't a thing.
Yeah, and now nearly every YouTuber out there is doing podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was very new for me. It's the first time I've, like both of us actually. It's the first time we've ever done something.
You guys
like
are
this.
naturals.
I was actually nervous. When we first
really?
started. Yeah,
you get like butterflies in your stomach.
I was like, oh fuck, I haven't done something like this before. It's a bit daunting, but once we get into it, it's cool.
Maybe I should be taking this more seriously. No, like honestly, I'd like to come in prepared for these kinds of things, and I like to like know who you guys are beforehand.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just very much, you know, hanging out with the boys, talking shit. You know.
Yeah.
I want to start bringing on more variety of guests per se, you know, so I don't want to stick too much to athletes or too much to my close friends or too much to musicians per se. You guys, I think, you guys would be the first musicians I've had on.
Sweet.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Like, we've come here today, and I was just thinking to myself, like, I want to look back at this in 5 years' time when you're fucking killing it in podcast.
Yeah. Episode, whatever.
And we're like, wow, like, you know, you've got like, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, and look back on this like, wow, we're one of his first guests. Like, that's so cool.
I was thinking the exact same thing when you guys were coming here. I was like, one day when they're doing, you know, EDC or, you know, Ultra or whatever, I was like, I spoke to them once.
Hey, look, man, 5 years' time, once we've both made it, we'll rendezvous back and we'll have another podcast.
Yeah, run it again.
Yeah.
Run this shit back. Do like a comparison video and stuff like that.
But this time we'll be on some lounges.
Yeah, in the warehouse.
In the warehouse.
In the warehouse.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's mad.
I'll just make sure you guys bring your vaccine passport.
Got them ready, mate. Might be under a different name, but it's me, trust me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know they were selling those online, right?
Yeah, we're looking into them. Fucking oath.
Yeah. Gonna have to sort something out.
We'll sort something out.
A lot of what you guys do is very physically demanding, I imagine. Like, it's not just, you know, putting headphones on and...
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very mentally demanding.
You get tired.
When you're mixing... It takes a lot of mental capacity when you're mixing
I
live.
don't want to cut you off, but do you still have that opener?
I do, bro.
Sweet. But yeah, continue your train of thought.
It's very mentally draining when you're mixing. there's so much going on the decks, you know what I mean? And you got the crowd there and the noise and all good, man.
You're thinking, you got to do this, got to do that. You're sweating.
You're sweating a lot. Cause
We did a Bucks night one night.
That would be fun.
That was insane.
Yeah.
He said be there like 9:30. Man, we were on there for like 8 hours from 9:30.
DJ for 8 hours.
It was in Darlinghurst or the Cross, whatever. I had my Apple Watch on.
Yeah,
we burned 3,500 calories.
Because
Because your heart rate was like 150, 140, like non-stop.
Well, booked into play for like 4 hours, and they just kept coming, throwing money on the
They
stage.
kept throwing money.
No.
Can you stay another hour?
Throwing
Can you stay
money.
another hour? Because like, you guys are fucking mad. Like, can you stay another hour?
we couldn't post much of that because it was the Bucks night. Stuff happens and people
couple
are there.
metal spoons here and there. Who knows?
Yeah, it's because respect everyone else. They don't want any photos, whatever.
Of
But
course.
that was a good night.
You guys would have seen some shit.
It's a good
And I
part.
remember the drive home. We did not say a word. Bro, our ears, we were sore. Our backs, like we couldn't do nothing. We were so sore.
Yeah.
Could have slept in the car and just left tomorrow morning.
I mean, at that point, you're kind of thinking hotel.
we were. We were thinking get a hotel and just sleep, but then we're like, fuck.
Especially on our live performances, you'll get to see us perform live one day. It's, our shows are very energetic.
One day, you're going to do it here. We're doing Project X here, remember?
That's it.
True.
Run it again here.
Run it again.
Our shows are very energetic, bouncing around a lot,
Jumping.
G'ing the crowd up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very. It's crazy. Like, we put a show on.
We're in our zone.
We put a performance on.
Well, I kind of look at what DJing is in general, right? It's almost like this mass hypnosis. You guys just have people under this trance, and there's movement, and there's light, and there's music, and there's energy, and you guys are like the masterminds behind that.
It's
Really, it's very much so a
We're
performance.
entertainers and we're here to entertain,
Yeah,
pretty
we're
much.
entertainers.
Exactly.
That's it. Couldn't have said it better myself, man. We're entertainers. We're performers.
So on that athletic note, like how do you guys, you both obviously work out a fair bit.
Yeah.
What's that look like? Like
I think Joey spoke about it in the last podcast, but Joey, my brother Vinny, and my brother Anthony, we train at like Cess Hills Park at the moment since the gyms are closed. So like 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll go there. Like we'll, do like a long distance run or maybe some sprints or something, and then do some bar work.
he is in phenomenal shape.
He is.
It's crazy how he's still in that phenomenal shape, even though everything's closed.
He is.
Like,
Right.
So much respect for him, man.
Yeah.
Like,
so much.
yeah, he is in phenomenal shape. He's probably the fittest bloke I know.
Yeah, for sure. I thought I looked good. And then I went on his Instagram and I'm like, oh, I got work to do.
Yeah.
It's good, but people like that are fuel.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy to kind of become complacent with your own body and your own mind as well.
Yeah.
But if we're just looking at the physical aspect, it's very easy to become complacent with your own body and say, oh, yeah, I can skip this workout, or I can have this beer, or,
True.
Whatever. And then it takes someone like that who's just succeeded to the next level for you to go, oh, okay.
Yeah. Something you look up to. It's like, fuck, man, that's so cool.
Yeah, we look up to him. Because he keeps fit, man.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. And not only that, he's so humble.
Very
He's
humble.
very humble.
So humble.
Very good bloke.
I remember talking to him, and he's probably, like, no disrespect to any of my other guests, but he's the most decorated person I've talked to.
100%.
Traveled across the world.
Yeah.
Stuff that we talk about that we want to do, but we haven't been able to do yet. And
Yeah.
just, like, very soft-spoken,
Yeah.
just happy to be there, and very in the moment.
Yeah. Nah, perfect description of him, man. Very humble.
That's it, yeah.
Very down to earth.
Mm.
Just, all around, just a really good person.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I like the dynamic that you guys have with him, the fact that you guys are training together and, working on that side of things with him. Because you do need people
100%.
like that in your life, and the closer you can keep them, the better.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And I imagine he looks to you guys for inspiration as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, we all look to each other for inspiration.
Yeah.
What I lack, he has. What he lacks, I have. And, what he lacks, I have.
It's everyone's,
Everyone balances each other out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a community aspect to that.
Yeah.
It's like no one's going to be perfectly well-rounded. No one's going to be able to plug every single hole. Like there's this age-old expression. It's like if you want to go fast and you want to get somewhere quickly, go by yourself.
Yeah.
Because you can just make every decision and just go.
That's true.
But if you want to go for a long time and you want legacy and you want endurance, then you need a team
Very true.
around you.
Yeah.
And I like the dynamic that you, Vinny, Joey, of course,
Yeah.
have together. Like, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
Do you guys work closely with the Just Illogical boys as well? Because obviously that's Vinny's project.
Not so much, man.
No.
Not so much, but down the line we do want to start doing some stuff together.
Yeah.
I could see that working really well.
Yeah, definitely. Like down the track when, for example, when Just Logical hits like milestones and they do like a celebration party for milestones, like we'll be DJing those parties.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, we'll charge them top dollar as well. Everyone has to be happy, so.
Yes, of course. So, oh, you got 1 million subscribers, huh? What's your ad revenue look like?
Okay, so.
The Just Logical boys, they're going somewhere, bro.
Yes.
They're fucking going to the top.
They will get there. They'll get there.
I watched I haven't watched it yet, but I saw the trailer for their latest video, the
barber one.
The barber one. And there was like this one clip of Gaston sitting on, I think it was Paulo's lap, like cutting him in like a straddle position. I was like, fuck, these guys just don't stop.
Yeah.
They just push the envelope and push and push. And every video just seems to get better than the last.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna take over, man.
Creative minds.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. But in that same note, I know in the YouTube space in particular, it's very tricky to get music. It's very tricky to get, especially when you start looking at things like monetization and advertising. Like that is its own lane in itself.
Yeah.
So I could see, like, you know, assuming that you guys stay on the trajectory that you're on and they stay on the trajectory they're on, I could see you guys collaborating a lot on the music side as well. You know, because there's, especially when they're doing like fast action kind of shots and there's like B-roll or something, like they're at a party or they're at a club or whatever, and to have like your music underlaid on that, like that would just go hand in hand perfectly.
100%.
Yeah, that'd be good.
100%. Definitely future plans for collabs like that.
Yeah,
Big time.
for sure.
Big time.
As long as you and Vinny don't get into too many fights, then
No, we actually get along.
They actually get along really well.
We actually get along really well, man. Really well. Like, you know, for example, like if I'm hanging out with my mates, you know, Vinny and his mates come and like we join groups and we go out together. And
has it always been like that?
Nah, it's only recently started as like, as Vinny's got older.
Right.
I guess we can relate more.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably maybe 2 or 3 years ago is when we started to get really close.
Right.
Yeah, and I'll say we're really close now. So it's
are you two the only siblings?
No, so it's me, Vinny. I'm the oldest. Vinny's second oldest, and then Anthony. And my little sister.
Right, big family.
Yeah, 4 kids.
Right.
And me.
And Adam.
You're the extended family.
We adopted Adam.
What about you? Have you got much family?
Just an older sister.
Just an older sister.
That's it. Nothing special.
You're the younger child.
Yeah.
So you were the favorite.
Yep.
Yeah. You're spoiled.
Spoiled brat.
She carved the way for you and you just breezed through it.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's my crown.
All right, guys, is there anything else that you guys want to touch on before you go? Have anything you want to promote? I know you mentioned projects coming up.
Yeah, probably just the only thing is just watch this space. We're going to have an announcement soon about our debut single release.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
where are you putting that out?
They'll be out on all platforms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
should be out.
Follow us on Dirini Music, Instagram, Dirini Music Facebook, Dirini Music Twitter, and Dirini on SoundCloud. And we'll have all our announcements up on our socials.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Spoken like a champion. Guys, check this shit out. They are going to the fucking moon and you want to be on that ride right now. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me.
You're welcome.
Been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for having us. It's been an absolute pleasure, mate.
It's been fun.
No, please,
we'll
man.
do it again
100%.
in the near future.
100%.
Definitely.
All right, guys, that's it.